Hey, I thought I'd do a quick port review for Bleed 2. Came out early this morning. I could not sleep, so I went on the eShop and it was there. I had already loaded points, so I went ahead and bought it. Overall, it's a really good port. It's just there's one thing that's an issue, and that is that there's no leaderboards at all, which means you can't get daily runs for the endless runs. You can't get leaderboards, which indirectly means that you can't get replays. So if you're competitive or you want to watch other people's runs, then you're going to have to stick with the PC version. I do not know if the PS4 version actually has that functionality or not, but on the Switch version, which is the only other version I have besides PC, it's not there. Otherwise, the game is pretty much perfect. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it or anything. It runs fine. It has all the features. It's just all the kind of social features are not there. So if you're interested in doing daily runs, then I guess you'll have to use the other versions. I'll go ahead and play through a little bit right here. Play through the first level. There's not really a whole lot to talk about. I mean, it's pretty much a regular functional port. Now, the small analog sticks do kind of mess with things a little bit, but that just depends on how big your hands are. I don't have big hands, so I was able to play through this in one sitting, and I didn't really have any hand pain or anything. So the endless mode on this was actually not in the original version. I bought this game on release day, back when it came out on PC. And that was something that he added later on, just a few weeks ago actually. It helps with the replay value. I mean, some people probably won't like that this is set up like basically an arcade game, meaning that it has no filler. There's no padding in this game at all. There's very minimal cutscenes. You can finish this game in 20 minutes. So that's not everyone's cup of tea. I actually like how this game has no filler in it at all. But the endless mode is definitely going to help give the game more replay value. It's just unfortunately you can't compete with others with the daily mode like they have on the other version. If any of you have this on PS4 and you can verify that that version has the social features like the leaderboards, the replays, and the daily runs, then go ahead and let me know. In terms of how this game works in the portable setting, it actually works quite well because the levels are all very short and the game itself is not even an hour long, even if you die multiple times. So it works pretty well in that regard. You know, some of these ports are just straight up console games with like not many save points or really good areas to kind of stop playing. But this, you can finish this, you know, if you're like waiting for the bus or if you have a train commute or something, you can easily finish this game in that time. So it works pretty well. One downside is the game does take a long time to load. I'm not quite sure why. I haven't really had any other games take as long to load as this does. But since the game itself has no padding, I don't really consider it to be much of an issue. I'll go ahead and I'll show the load times after I finish this boss here. This is definitely one of the most, I'd say, underrated action games last year. It didn't really come out and get much buzz. I hope that it will find a good audience on the Switch. I could definitely argue if he had not added the endless mode, then maybe this would be a little bit much. The price for it is $15, so It's about $5 more expensive than the PC version, but I believe it's that same price on the PS4 version as well. So it's not really as much of a case of Nintendo tax like, say, Bayonetta 2, where it's like it shouldn't be that much because you can get that game on the Wii U for way cheaper. If you want to see the load times, I'll go ahead and I'll restart the game. Like, it takes a pretty significant amount of time to load. I'd say it's like there's only really two downsides to this port, and both of them are not really a big deal. You know, the initial loading time here you can see is quite long, and not having the social features may not even matter to some people. The daily runs do add a lot to the game. The replays are pretty nice too, but most of the good replays are probably on YouTube, so I don't really think it's that much of an issue. So quite a while to get into the game. This is where the first part where I have actual control. All of the accessibility options and stuff are intact as well, so if you're like me and screen shake messes with your eyes and gives you a headache, you can turn that off. You can turn off screen shake. Everything else is intact. There's not really a whole lot else to say. Here's the basic controls. So everything is on the triggers, so you will not be able to play this game in a case. If you play a lot of 2D games in the case on your Switch, then you won't be able to do it on this game because everything is very dependent on the triggers. But other than that, it works quite fine. Anyway, that's it. There's not really a whole lot else to say. It's a pretty by-the-numbers port. It's just got two major issues which may not even bother some people, so it's really your call. Other than that, it works fine. I was able to finish the whole game. There were no issues at all. Anyway, hope this helps. This is another one of my Switch port review series videos, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.